Hey, Dean here from Laws Automotive in beautiful sunny Portage la Prairie, Manitoba. Today, let's talk about charging systems and what does it mean. 12.54, the battery is a little bit weak. We'll go over that in a second to see why. Let's check out to see what the voltages are running when the truck is actually running. Hopefully I didn't forget the keys. All right. All right. Battery voltage is going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, up, up. It's also surging. So it's pretty high. 14 volts. It's not to do with the battery voltages itself, but something's causing it to stumble once in a while. It'll surge, causing a surge. Let's go underneath the hood here. Alright, the voltage is there, don't mind the exhaust leak. 14, it gets worse once it warms up. 14 volts, we should never ever really be around, well, sometimes 14.5, 14.6. If you give this a bit of time, I'm not going to go over it right now, but something I found, I just want to go over a couple of voltage drops with you today and what they mean. 14 volts while it's running, it was hitting around 14.6, 14.7 when it's warmed up. So let's see what happens when we shut this down, and we'll do a couple of voltage drops. Resting voltages will come back down, which is fine. Right back down to 12.6, 12.9. It'll go right back down. The battery itself is actually getting cooked just because the voltages are up way too high with the alternator. It's producing too much power. Simple draw test, or simple voltage drop test. You take battery positive, put a battery positive on the terminal of the alternator, right there, just right on the B plus. And normally you should have 0 volts or next to it. This here will show you, there you go, 9.27. It's on the battery positive B plus terminal, battery B plus on the battery. What that means is that there will be an open or short to ground, or a partial open or short to ground in the alternator itself. There's one other test you can do, is you can go from battery negative to alternator, just the bracket of the alternator itself, because that's where it's getting its ground from, and you should have around 50 millivolts, and right now we see it's around 40, which is perfectly fine. But when you're checking from here, you should have no more than 100 millivolts at the most, and we're seeing, well, I'll see here if I attach it from ground to ground, or power to ground, we're getting proper voltages, 12.51. So we know it has a proper ground. If I'm testing here and it's getting 0 volts, if I'm testing here, it's getting 0 volts, I'll test right on the bracket itself. And if the bracket's bad, then I would test right on the block itself. The block is bad, then we know we have a bad ground, but that's a different voltage drop today. This voltage drop is going from power to power. We should have no more than 100 millivolts. This is just a quick test for you guys to find out where a bad voltages would be coming from. 9.13, 9.08. This alternator is shorting to ground internally, probably either the stator or the rotor, or one of those are shorting out internally. I just wanted to give you some helpful hints on some voltage drops today, and have a good one.